Do you ever get unwanted frizz or flyaways in your naturally silver hair? Well, if you do, you've come to the right place, because today I'm going to show you how to safely use the Dyson Airwrap to smooth out your naturally silver hair and make it frizz and flyaway free. Hi, I'm Katie from KatieGoesPlatinum.com, a website completely devoted to the topic of gray hair. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I'm super happy to have you here with me today. There is a persistent myth that naturally gray hair is always coarser than dyed or colored hair. That is not always the case. A lot of us, including myself, find that our naturally silver hair is less frizzy than our dyed hair, which is a wonderful relief. However, all of us do have those days, maybe due to humidity or whatever, where we do encounter frizz, and it can drive some of us bonkers. Now, when I dyed my hair, the solution was easy. I just used a flat iron to smooth out any frizz. However, most flat irons on the market today are way too hot to safely use on gray hair. Gray hair is a bit more fragile than colored hair, and you need to be careful of heat damage, because heat damage on gray hair can lead to yellowing and breakage, and who wants that? Luckily, the Dyson Airwrap is safe to use on gray hair if you use it correctly. How do you do that? Well, stay tuned, because I am going to show you every step that you need to take to carefully and safely use this awesome product to make your beautiful naturally silver hair as smooth and frizz-free as possible. Before I begin, I'd like to point out that this is not a sponsored video. I purchased the Dyson Airwrap with my own money because I had heard wonderful things about how great it was for gray hair, because you can put it on very low or no heat settings and very low speed settings as well. I've had it for a few months now, and while it does have a steep learning curve, I am all in. After washing your hair, make sure to wrap it up in a t-shirt towel or a microfiber towel for about 20 minutes at least. After your hair has been done drying for 20 minutes, remove the towel and gently begin brushing your hair with a wet brush. After you're done brushing your hair, section it off and twist it up, get it out of the way. Use an alligator clip or something else to secure it. Then you're going to want to take a thermal protectant, such as the Scene Blowout Cream or other thermal protectant that you prefer. You put a small amount of it in your hands, rub them together, and work the cream through your hair using either your fingers or a brush or both, which is what I do. And the reason you're sectioning it off is you want to make sure you get these under layers protected from the heat as well as the top layers. After you get all the Scene Blowout Cream combed through this bottom layer of hair, this underneath layer, then you're going to do the next layer, the top layer. I'm going to comb that all the way through, once again from root to tip. Make sure all that hair is coated in the thermal protectant. And since we want to minimize heat damage, we're going to try to just rough dry our hair a little so that we don't have to make too many passes with the smoothing tools on our hair, because the more passes you make, the more damage you can do. So you want to minimize the risk. Okay, my hair is nice and coated. Now we'll do the rough dry. Okay, for the rough dry, you're going to take your dryer attachment here and you unlock it, put it on, and make sure to twist it so that this vent is opposite this copper thing here. You want to have this vent showing. One thing that's important to remember is with gray hair, because it is more fragile, you want to use low heat or no heat, and you want to use low speed or medium speed. You do not want high speed, because that can cause breakage. So I'm going to turn this on and just rough dry your hair. Forgot to mention, we're trying to get our hair about 70% dry. Another good tip to minimize heat damage that I didn't want to forget to tell you about with gray hair is try to keep the hair dryer about 6 inches away from your hair. That's what my friend Julie Campbell of Quicksilver Hair told me, and I try to stick with that when I'm doing this rough drying part. When you're rough drying, don't worry about trying to make your hair look great. You're just trying to get that extra moisture out. Okay, so my hair is about 70% or so dry. I'm just going to brush it one more time. It's super important that you brush your hair after the rough drying part, because you want to remove any knots. If you have knots in your hair, the smoothing tools will not work effectively and they'll get stuck. Okay, now we're going to section off our hair so that we can really dry this bottom underneath layer. So I'm going to twist it up into an imperfect bun with a scrunchie. And now I'm going to put on the soft smoothing brush, which looks like this. Once again, we're going to use this at low heat and low speed. Now, when you're using the soft smoothing brush, you do want to start up at the roots and hold and pull on your hair away from the head as you glide the brush down to get more smoothing actions. Make sure you do both sides of your hair. If your hair is not dry enough, you will get frizz. Don't use it like a hairbrush and smooth your hair straight down or you'll lose volume. So you want to pull it away as much as you can, away from your head, out. Okay, now it's time to do the bangs. So you're going to take down your little scrunchie and brush it out. Shoot, catching some of my nice hair in here. Okay, my bangs are way too long. It's too hard to keep it separate at this point, so I'm not going to worry about it. To get more volume in your bangs, you're going to want to brush them up and away and out, away from your face. And you're also going to want to brush them in every direction just to get them as dry as possible. Now, as you can see, just using the smoothing brush has already made my hair very silky. I love it, it's shiny. Obviously, I can't see the back of my own head and I have a horrible cowlick back there, so I don't really know how it looks back there. I'll show it to you just in case, hopefully it looks good. It looks like I'm going balding back here sometimes because I have this cowlick that just makes my hair go nuts. But anyway, I'm very happy with it. However, we're not done yet. That was only part of the smoothing and flyaway process with the Dyson Airwrap. Before I get to the next part, which is super important, a great way to finish your hair, I do want to ask you if you like this content, if you find it helpful, fun, or informative, please do hit the subscribe button and the like button. It really helps me a lot and I do appreciate it. Thanks so much. So the next step is the fun part. You get to use this Coanda smoothing dryer. Now, when we were drying our hair roughly, if you remember correctly, the vent was facing out. But now that we're going to use it for flyaways, we're going to turn it and make the vent face this copper part. Anyway, you're going to attach it and you're going to use this almost like a flat iron, except it's safer than a flat iron. And make sure you use it once again on low heat or no heat and on low or medium speed. You're going to put this rod at your part and you're going to go slowly down your hair. And as you do that, it is going to smooth out those little baby hairs and make them go underneath this longer hair. And it is going to give this illusion of almost glass hair. It's beautiful. It's best to use it when this part is a little warm because that acts almost like a flat iron. Because you're going to put it up here and smooth it down. And this barrel needs to be warm because it's going to take this hair down here and it's going to smooth it out. So turn it on for about 5 or 10 seconds and then slowly go down your hair. As you can see, that gave a really nice finish to my hair. And most of the frizz is gone. I mean, obviously you can't get rid of 100% of it, but to me it looks pretty darn good. And if you still have some baby hairs up here, one thing I learned in another video is to start the Coanda smoothing dryer over here and go across your part. So let's try that for one last little bit. Voila, this is my hair straightened and smoothed with the Dyson Airwrap, and I feel pretty good that I did not overdo the heat. If you still feel like you need to finish off your hair to get a little extra shine and tamp down any baby hairs that might be left, you can always use an oil. The one that I prefer to use is the Verb Ghost Oil. So you just take a little tiny bit. You don't want to use too much or your hair will look greasy. Just put a little tiny bit in your palm. I just do 1 drop. Rub your hands together and just smooth everything down. Beautiful. I am very happy with it. And I hope you are too. If you need more tips and tricks for taking care of your beautiful naturally silver hair, make sure to stick around and watch the next playlist, which is all about gray hair care. I know you're going to get a kick out of it, and if you haven't done so yet, please do like and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching.